They're still out there.
Scott,
Here.
Waters,
Here.
Redkin,
Here.
Moore,
Here. Hear me with this.
Shaner.
Here.
We stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
United States of America. In the public. One nation. Under God. Indivisible.
We have an interview today for the Library Board of Trustees and Senior Advisory Committee, Terry Lynn Dahlquist. Terry, have them tell a little bit about themselves and why they want to serve.
On the phone.
Yep.
Terry?
Yes.
Yes, you're on live with the council, so please state your name and give a little bit of background as to why you've applied for the board.
Yes, my name is Terry Dahlquist, originally from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Sorry about that. Went to Washington High there and then Augustana College. Majored history and English. Planned to be a teacher, which I am, a retired one. Got my master's at Iowa State. Taught in South Sioux for a while, and then Norwalk, which is a suburb of Des Moines, for a few years, and then moved back here in 1979 and taught full-time at Hinton for 27 years. Retired in 2006. I'm still substituting, although that's kind of up in the air this year. And I guess I applied for the two senior advisory and the library board. Mostly I'm a senior citizen, and I guess I'm qualified as a handicapped person. Library, we always used, my wife and I have always used it a great deal. Our son is a librarian in the Seattle Public Libraries. He was excited about that more than anyone, I guess. And when I saw the advertisement about volunteers, I thought, well, I would like to do something like that.
And which would be your first choice?
Yeah, that's.
Library board.
Okay. Questions?
No, I'm glad you applied. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, we've traveled a lot. We've been to many libraries. Some are just probably the most memorable is the one in Alexandria, Egypt, which was absolutely amazing. A brand new place, just built, I think, 2008. The technical electronic area was just amazing. But anyway, I'm looking for something to help the community and be of service in some way.
Well, thank you. We'll let you know, okay?
Thank you. What awesome motivation.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Today we'll go to the consent agenda, which is items 3 through 9B, consider them to pass unanimously. If you're in the audience in the TV, please call 224-4996 if you want to speak on an item. What? Oh, I'll get those, okay. I'll go back to that, my bad. If you want to speak on an item, please come up under that item or come up under citizen concerns if it's an item not on the agenda. You'll be limited to 3 minutes. I got to read a couple proclamations, but I'm sorry about that. Mike, are you here today?
Yep. He was.
There you are, Mike. Okay.
You got to give a speech, Mike.
Speech, Mike. Whereas Grandview Park was built during the Great Depression by the Works Progress Administration, and it's considered a jewel of the city of Sioux City Park system. And whereas Grandview Park is known for its bandshell, rose garden, vast green space, the park has served as the site for the annual Saturday in the Park Festival for nearly 30 years. And whereas recently Mike Moran, known as the Doctor of Grass, for his expertise in turf management, Saturday in the Park and the city of Sioux City embarked on a plan to rejuvenate all the grass in the lower bowl of the bandshell at Grandview. And through Mike's personal efforts, the bandshell green space has been transformed into a beautiful space in an area which we can all be proud. Now, therefore, I, Robert E. Scott, Mayor of the City of Sioux City, Iowa, on behalf of the City Council and the citizens of Sioux City do hereby deem it an honor and a pleasure to extend this commendation to Mike for his efforts, hard work, and generous donation to Grandview Park. Thank you very much, sir.
I just wanted to say, after coming from Irving's funeral, I feel like a small cog and a little bit to give back, because Sioux City means a lot to me. It's done a lot for my family and my business. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
Whereas July 26, 2020 marked the 30th anniversary of the signing of the ADA Act. The ADA establishes a clear and comprehensive national mandate for elimination of discrimination against individuals with disabilities. And whereas the ADA has expanded opportunities for Americans with disabilities by reducing barriers, changing perceptions, and increasing full participation in community life, however, the full promise of the ADA will only be reached if public entities remain committed in their efforts to fully implement the ADA. And whereas the City of Sioux City is committed to making its facilities, programs, services, and events accessible to all of its citizens, the City of Sioux City works continuously to update city buildings, sidewalk ramps, and create accessible recreation amenities and opportunities. And whereas on the 30th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, we celebrate and recognize the progress that has been made under the ADA by reaffirming the principle of equality and inclusion and recommitting our efforts to build more inclusive amenities in the community. Now therefore, I, Rob B. Scott, Mayor of the City of Sioux City, Iowa, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby proclaim July 21st and August 1st, 2020, Americans with Disabilities Act Awareness Weekend. Hereby reaffirm to continue our commitment to work towards full ADA compliance in our community. Go ahead and say it.
Thank you very much. Karen Mackey, and I serve on the board of Disabilities Resource Center of Siouxland. Don Dew, the executive director, is unable to be here today because he's ill. He did want me to convey to you all the deep felt thanks that DRC has for all the hard work that the city has done to make this a successful and accessible community for all people. And we especially want to thank the City Council for their efforts to make sure that this is an accessible community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go to the consent agenda, which is item 3, is a reading in the City Council minutes of July 20th.
You want to make motion? I'll second your motion.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
4 is a resolution temporarily closing various streets in the downtown area for the Classic Car Show and Cruise fundraiser. 5 is a resolution approving a transit joint participation agreement with IDOT for the State Transit Assistance Grant for public transit services. 6 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution approving a service provider agreement with certified testing for the Chris Larson Park Riverfront Development Project. Thank you, Matt. You're the only guy that's ever bid that like that. The engineering department and utilities could learn a lesson that it's okay to bid that stuff. B is a resolution approving a pre-design agreement with IDOT for the study of the improvements to the Bacon Creek Conduit Right-of-Way project. 7 are actions authorizing issuances of checks. A is a resolution approving a change order number 1 and authorizing payment to Grumman Hicks for repairs at the wastewater treatment plant. B is a resolution authorizing payment for Subsurfco for the South St. Aubin Alley Storm Sewer Improvements Project. I need to abstain on that, please. C is a resolution authorizing payment to Coughlin Landscaping for the airport landscaping project. 8 are applications for beer and liquor license. See the list, come forward if you have any questions. 9 is receipt of minutes. See the list, come forward if you have any questions. Anyone to be heard on any of those items? Call the roll, please.
Water.
Aye.
Redkin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye. 10 is a resolution approving a final plat for Herfel's addition. Petitioner Kelly Construction. P&Z recommends approval. I'll move that.
Second.
Redkin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
11 is a hearing and resolution accepting the proposal of Mid-America Energy for an underground electric easement in the combined central Sioux City CBD urban renewal area of the property at 101.5 Pierce Street. I'll move that.
Second.
Public hearing is now open. Would anyone like to be heard to speak for or against the item? Seeing none, the hearing is closed.
Moore.
Aye.
Shaner. Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Gretkin.
Aye.
12 is a hearing and resolution accepting the proposal of Mid-America Energy for the underground electric easements in the combined central Sioux City CBD urban renewal area. Property at 220 Pierce Street and 225 Nebraska Street. I'll move that.
Second.
The hearing is now open. Would anyone like to be heard to speak for or against the resolution? Seeing none, the hearing is closed.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Gretkin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
13 is a resolution approving amendment number 8 to the consulting services agreement with Smith Group for the preliminary pedestrian bridge concept and connection. 2020 motion is requested to delete this item. I'll move that.
Second.
This is a motion to delete, and I just wanted to lay out the.
Can you speak into the mic,
Sure.
Matt?
Sure.
Please.
We reached a deal with our consultant to provide some information at no additional charge to get us started with the bridge. So the Riverfront Steering Committee met on July 8th as requested to discuss the issue. They approved unanimously pending shared funding from the city of South Sioux City and more research on funding sources. We had a call with the city providing a site plan of the potential bridge location, a summary of key considerations such as permitting process, height and span, a summary of a few pedestrian bridges of comparable scale to demonstrate order of magnitude of costs, attendance of 2 to 3 meetings and calls, and then provide necessary materials by the end of August. So I just wanted to provide the council with an update on where we're at and the motion to delete.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay.
Scott.
Aye.
Waters.
Aye.
Gretkin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
14 is a resolution approving an independent contractor agreement with IAAC for the airport management service. What is the, if this doesn't work out, I'm not saying it won't, but if this doesn't work out, how long are you bound? It's a year, but what's get out?
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We felt that was fair in that
Yep.
they're having somebody move to our community
Right.
at the same time, so they were fine with that. I'm requesting, and Nicole can help me out with the terminology here, to amend subject to insurance approval and start date of August 3rd.
They still don't have the insurance worked out?
The underwriter is having issues with COVID and working environment themselves, so we got an email just before we came in, but
So there are probably two options to delete and bring it back. The other option would be to approve with an amendment that I would have to approve the insurance once it comes in, and then if I deem it appropriate, the agreement would be effective. We would have to change the start date, as Mike has outlined, to August 3rd.
If we do the latter, I'd want to have an understanding that we're going to do that going forward with all contracts that are submitted. I'd just soon delete. I mean, what harm is it to delete it, Mike?
we could go either way. I think we're that close to having the insurance in another week, we can bring it back again.
Yeah, I mean, we've always have had that.
Right.
With agreements, so I'd prefer that we delete it. If it doesn't mess up the time frame, timetable, that kind of thing.
We're asking till August 3rd anyway, so either way you want to approach
Make
that.
a motion on
Okay.
something.
Okay, I'll move to delete item 14.
Second.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Waters.
Aye.
Gretkin.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Shaner.
Aye.
Scott.
Aye. Citizen concerns, please come to the microphone. Keep in mind you got 3 minutes, and state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, that's where you want to come up now. You know, I'm sorry I didn't understand. At first, I was asked whether the public could come into the meeting, and I said, well, sure. And I'm used to having our closed sessions in the back conference room. And so that's why I was, I'm still trying to adapt to all the revisions and changes that we've made. So thank you.
Name and
for
address.
understanding.
Thanks for helping me in the lobby. That was nice.
Make sure and pull that mic right up towards your,
Right.
there you go. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi there. My name's Kelsey Anderson, and I'm a City of Sioux Cityan for a few generations. And I'd like to thank you guys for requiring masks in the city buildings and the city bus. That was very nice. Thank you for that. It is a step in the right direction, and I'd like to see a little bit more. And from my perspective, I see Sioux City as kind of a purple city in that we're not just all red or just all blue. There's a few of us in there. Are you still able to hear? Okay. And I think that we have a really great opportunity to help curb the misinformation out there that's happening about masks and COVID. A lot of fear is also happening. And if we were to have more city leadership in that, not calling you out or anything, but I'm saying there's brainstorming ways that we could really come together. I'm thinking about the Bill Nye video in which a lot of Sioux City people commented online that said he's a fraud, they don't trust him, and I think Sioux City could recreate that and say, hey, Sioux City, let's put it to the test. Let's get us all in there, see if it works, right? And I think being that we're purple, in that sense, would be a really great opportunity for us. I think there's other ideas as well. I feel like in our tri-state area and being such a large city in our county, we really set the tone for that. I think we have a really great opportunity to be using our 21st century skills, thinking outside the box. How can we end the misinformation on COVID and keep us all safe? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelsey, can I ask you to state your address for me for the minute?
Sure, thank you. It's 3333 Concordia Drive.
Thank you.
Yep, go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is David Flores American. I was going to do this live and put it on the internet, and like this gal said here, it is the 21st century. It is 2020, and it is time to get Sioux City there.
Need your address, please.
914 Court Street, apartment number 2.
Thank you.
Anything else you need before I continue? Okay. I run a podcast here in town. That podcast happened to randomly get involved with a movement going on downtown. It's been going on probably since Tuesday or Wednesday. There has been no acknowledgement besides a mishandled hit and run on Saturday. Nobody has heard anything from anybody, and if we can give this, from my podcast point of view, it's hashtag reform SCPD, hashtag reform SCIA, hashtag reform Sioux City, Iowa. Going with COVID, I know the CDC has asked that we all wear masks, so on and so forth. City officials should be wearing them, as you are. Thank you and appreciate that. The Sioux City Police Department was not wearing them at all during any of these times from Tuesday till last night. And there's videos on my podcast, FM on the internet. I do apologize, Mayor Scott and Rex Mueller, on my podcast. For the internet, I do call you guys some ridiculous satirical names, such as Emperor and Warlord Mueller, and that is for the internet. But here I come to you with real things that are going on, and what they are asking of these, they just want their voices heard. And that's it. Everybody, like even the people, some of the demographic of that, I don't know where I'm at the time, but some of the demographic there do not have the information on how to come here. I know it's just you walk in. Some people don't know. I hate to say it. I didn't know. I didn't know I could just come here and do this. Anyways, that's it. And if so, COVID response, please, no masks and gloves, okay. And then why haven't we heard from you? Council and Mayor Scott and Rex Mueller directly, because I've contacted both offices and I haven't heard any from any of you guys. And yeah,
You've heard you contacted me how?
Through your secretary, through there should have been an email sent to you. And then I don't know, I didn't want to dig anymore because I feel like that'd be weird to just kind of keep bugging you personally. They told me
you can ask this council because I normally copy. I'm pretty religious about returning emails that I get. I was gone last Friday out on vacation, and the only email I got was from a gentleman that wanted a phone call. And I had the city manager phone him back because I was way out in Nebraska, so
Oh, sure, sure.
I don't know where you sent it, but I'm pretty
Sure,
religious.
I mean, if,
Well, I'm just telling you, I don't know where unfortunately, when it goes through the city, it's gotta come through somebody here to get to me, so, but I can certainly call City Hall and they'll give you my personal email and you can send it directly to me. That won't be a problem.
sure.
Okay?
Yep, and is that my time?
No, you got another minute.
Oh, last minute, so people want to be heard. There's multiple people that want to be heard in particular, and there are kind of 3 things that are bugging people out there. One, I mentioned for sure the COVID. The other one is some of the rehiring and some of the rehiring and hiring of some particular officers that were involved in some shenanigans. That's the best word I can think of. People are upset about that, and some of the way that you guys have handled some of the incidents, even just recently. Like, I was there Saturday with my 10-year-old son, and things got weird. It's on my live. The girl almost got ran over. She was a non-binary, that label. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but she was of that type. A gentleman pulled up and said, "Hey, all lives matter," and she was, I hate the word, triggered, and I get it, because she was going off about taxation to the PD, and then while I'm holding this video, my phone towards the PD, in the background you hear revving. I thought it was just the guy revving his engine. It was him trying to run over the girl. A lieutenant said to me, "Tell her to stop," or something along those lines, and my response was serious, like, "That's you." At said moment, all 6 gentlemen, 6 or 5, jumped over the median and then tried pepper spraying the gal that almost got ran over.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to wrap it up now, okay?
Thank you very much for your time. I hope we hear from you directly, and the chief or anybody in
Thank you.
all that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeanette Hopkins, 617 Pierce Street, Unit 301, Sioux City. Okay, just to reiterate what Kelsey said, and I will not be emailing people this week or next week because we're cutting down to the wire now. In the last couple of days, 50 leading experts in the health field have stated that for us to really stop the virus, we need to shut down. The only way to get things reopened and going again is to shut down. Now, if everyone wore a mask, socially distanced, washed their hands, and did all of the things that they could possibly do, we could probably stay open. I appreciate your abiding with the governor's decree that the public buildings are mandated to wear masks. Makes me feel much more comfortable coming into a place like this. I don't understand why she didn't take it a step further and mandate that masks be worn across the board. There's a truth. It's in human behaviors, and that truth is 15 to 20% of us in the Midwest and West don't like to be told what to do. And that 15 to 20% are not going to be wearing the masks. Doesn't matter what we do, they're not going to wear the mask, except the children. I don't think we give them enough credit. I had a little 2-year-old the other day for a considerable amount of time, and we got her a Frozen mask with Elsa. It's a popular Disney movie. She kept that baby on for a good hour and a half before she moved on to something else. She's a 2-year-old. I trust the kids. It's the adults I'm not sure about. I know to the degree your hands are tied. I would admire you immensely if you take that step and do as Iowa City did. I do understand the legal aspects of this, though there hasn't been anything like this on the record. And I'm not a lawyer by any means, but I do think there are some issues, legal issues there that actually would allow you to mandate the mask. But that's a different conversation, different day, and I won't. I'm not a lawyer, so you could hold me down. There's a few people in here you could say, that'd be tough to do, but you would win. So I do appreciate all that you've done. I may keep you up to date on some of the data. Maybe you noticed what happened in Tennessee and Florida when the children did go back. Huge surge in cases. We're going to see children die. I just hope and pray it's not one of ours here in the region, and that could happen. I understand that. But we've never had anything like this. This is a pandemic. It's not the flu. It's not even polio. It's not, my husband's little brother died of pneumonia when he was 3 because we didn't have penicillin. It's not pneumonia. They don't know exactly what to do. 5 companies right now biting for that first opportunity to put the vaccine out. Right now, the virus is mutating. We've never experienced this in our country before to this degree. So thank you. I appreciate it. And again, can't tell you how much we appreciate that you went with the city building.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else to be heard? Seeing none, Julie? Julie, do you have anything? Alex?
I'm good.
Pete?
Nope. Thank you.
Dan?
Just want to keep encouraging people to answer the census. I don't know what the time cutoff period is on that. Do you know, or does anybody know, or on the census count? That's got to be coming up, I would.
Gotta be coming up.
I would be thinking, so I would encourage everyone to be sure and answer the.
Oh, I'm sorry, my
census.
phone was on mute.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Do you have anything, Julie?
I do not, but thank you, Jeanette, if you're still in the room.
Move we adjourn.
No.
Second.
Gretkin?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.
Shaner?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Waters?
Aye.
Nicole, you've answered this.